Hey everyone. Today we are diving deep into the big updates surrounding Russia's next generation regional turboprop, the Il-114-300. We're going to break down its newly issued type certificate, look at the strict limitations it is currently facing, and reveal how its actual flight test achievements completely blow those paper restrictions out of the water. Make sure you stick around until the end, because we are also covering the upcoming extreme weather and high-altitude tests that will decide the fate of this aircraft. So definitely watch till the end. Let's jump right into the big news, as Russia's Federal Air Transport Agency, Rosaviatsiya, has officially reissued the type certificate for the Il-114 family. This move formally incorporates the brand new Il-114-300 regional turboprop into the country's official certification documentation. This newly updated certificate establishes the aircraft's initial operational envelope based strictly on the conditions that have already been verified during certification testing. It also confirms that further restrictions will be lifted as additional flight trials are completed. Speaking of where this plane can actually fly right now, the operational conditions under which the Il-114-300 is currently approved are quite specific. If you love aviation deep dives, you are watching Altitude Addicts, where we break down the nitty-gritty details of these big aerospace projects. Currently, the aircraft is permitted to operate within an ambient temperature range of -9 degrees to +25 degrees Celsius. Presently, its geographical operating area is restricted to latitudes of up to 70 degrees north or south, and it may be stationed at airports located between 300 meters below sea level and 1,000 meters above sea level. These parameters reflect only the flight conditions that have already been demonstrated during certification. Russian aviation authorities emphasize that these constraints are temporary and will be broadened as ongoing certification flights verify expanded operational capabilities. Moving on to wind and runway restrictions, the initial certificate authorizes takeoffs and landings exclusively from paved runways, regardless of whether the runway surface is dry or wet. On dry runways, crosswind limits have been established at 15 meters per second, while on wet surfaces, they are 12 meters per second. The aircraft is capable of operating with tailwinds of up to 5 meters per second, while the maximum allowable headwind is 20 meters per second. Taxiing is permissible in winds from any direction as long as the speed does not exceed 15 meters per second. Operators are permitted to start commercial operations within a verified safety envelope when aircraft enter service prior to the completion of the certification campaign. These operational constraints are customary. Hold on a second, don't go anywhere just yet. Coming up, we are going to look at the big gap between these official papers and what this plane has actually done in the freezing skies of Siberia. So stay tuned. When it comes to weather restrictions and water operations, flights over water are subject to a notable restriction. When operating over large bodies of water, the Il-114-300 must remain within 30 minutes of the coastline. The requirement guarantees that the aircraft can return to land within a reasonable timeframe in the event of an emergency. Additionally, the aircraft is presently prohibited from operating in regions with known icing conditions and in thunderstorm activity. Furthermore, uninterrupted VHF radio communication with air traffic control must be maintained, with any communication interruption being restricted to a maximum of 5 minutes. These restrictions are expected to be relaxed after additional testing validates the aircraft's systems in more demanding operating environments. Looking at the flight load limits, the certified aerodynamic load limits for the aircraft have also been published by Rosaviatsiya. The Il-114-300 is approved for vertical load factors ranging from -1 to +2.5 g when the wing flaps are retracted. The permissible range is reduced to 0 to +2 g when the wing high lift devices are deployed. These figures are a component of the operating procedures that flight crews adhere to and define the aircraft's certified maneuvering envelope in various flight configurations. The Il-114-300 Flight Operations Manual, numbered 11424.0000.002 RLE, is the primary operational document for pilots and maintenance personnel. It contains the complete list of operating procedures and restrictions. To get all these parameters, the aircraft has already undergone a comprehensive certification process, as per Daniel Brennerman, the managing director of PJSC IL. The initial type certificate was obtained through approximately 270 certification test flights. The Il-114-300 development program has, in total, accumulated over 1,500 flight hours and approximately 500 flights, making it one of the most comprehensive flight test campaigns for a modern Russian regional aircraft. According to Brennerman, certification activities did not end with the issuance of the type certificate. Rather, the aircraft continues to operate under an expanded test program that is designed to gradually increase the size of its approved operating envelope. Okay, let's take a quick breather from all these technical numbers and just talk about what is actually happening with this plane. The paperwork makes it look like it can barely handle a chilly day, but the reality is way more interesting because the actual plane is out there doing crazy things in the snow. It is intriguing that the aircraft's operational achievements already exceed the limitations outlined in the current certificate. For more deep dives into how new planes are pushed to their absolute limits, make sure to subscribe to Altitude Addicts. The Il-114-300 has successfully executed takeoffs and landings from unpaved airfields during supplementary testing. This confirms its suitability for remote regions lacking paved runways. The aircraft has also successfully completed extreme cold weather trials in Yakutia, where temperatures reached minus 42 degrees Celsius. This is substantially colder than the current temperature limits specified in the certificate. Wait, we are not done yet. Stick around. In just a moment, we are diving into the upcoming high-temperature summer tests and the advanced landing systems they are trying to clear next. So keep watching. Engineers have been able to evaluate the aircraft's anti-icing systems under real atmospheric conditions by conducting additional testing. This has included natural icing evaluations in the Arkhangelsk region of Russia. Similarly, trials conducted at high latitudes have yielded remarkable outcomes. Brennerman asserted that the aircraft has proven its capacity to operate as far north as 89 degrees latitude and to base at 81 degrees latitude, nearly reaching the North Pole. These accomplishments far surpass the current geographical restriction of 70 degrees latitude outlined in the certificate, underscoring the fact that the aircraft's demonstrated capabilities are gradually being matched by the certification paperwork. Looking ahead to the next phase of testing, additional certification tasks are scheduled for the remainder of the year. Engineers will be able to verify the performance of aircraft in humid climates by conducting high-temperature operations during summer testing. The Il-114-300 is anticipated to conduct additional operations from unpaved and semi-prepared runways in order to certify routine operations at remote airfields later in the summer and into early autumn. The certification campaign also includes the obtaining of approval for ICAO Category 2 precision approaches. This will allow the aircraft to perform landings in lower visibility conditions by using advanced instrument approach procedures. The results of these tests will be submitted to the Russian Aviation Register upon their completion. Rosaviatsiya has the option to amend the type certificate datasheet in order to gradually broaden the aircraft's approved operating conditions, following a regulatory review. Serving as a modern replacement for aging regional aircraft, the Il-114-300 is the latest evolution of the Soviet-designed Il-114 regional turboprop. Here at Altitude Addicts, we love seeing how classic airframes get a total lease on life with modern technology. It is extensively modernized with Russian-built systems following the country's import substitution program. The aircraft is engineered to accommodate up to 68 passengers and provides substantially improved fuel efficiency and lower operating costs than older regional aircraft. It is powered by two TV7117ST-01 turboprop engines that propel AV112-11-4 six-bladed propellers. The program is designed to replace the antiquated AN-24 and 26 and other legacy regional aircraft. These planes continue to serve numerous remote communities throughout Russia. By expanding the certification in stages, Rosaviatsiya emphasized that the current restrictions are merely indicative of the certification work that has been completed thus far, rather than permanent limitations of the aircraft. The agency observed that this staged approach is a standard practice during the certification of new aircraft. Manufacturers initially show the minimum capabilities necessary to enter service and subsequently expand the approved flight envelope through further testing and supporting documentation. The Il-114-300 is anticipated to expand its operating temperature range, geographical limits, runway approvals, weather capability, and approach minima as additional flight and ground trials are completed successfully. This will enable the aircraft to fully fulfill its intended function as Russia's next-generation regional turboprop, capable of serving some of the country's most challenging operating environments. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos